Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Terra Tech. And on this episode, we are going to be continuing where we left off. Now, for those of you who may have missed the last episode, what we ended up doing was creating this harvester bot, the one that went around and collected some resource for us. You can see it's somewhat well defended. It has a decent amount of weapons on it. Actually, a little bit more weapons than I would have liked, because it kind of does weigh it down a little bit. But you can see it has some big wheels on it, the Geocore big wheels. And then around the outside, it has just the regular GSO tractor pads, because I don't have access to the Geocore ones just yet. Now, over here at our base, I did remodel it a little bit. You'll see that over here is where I'll have the drop-off point. It will be collected on these receivers, and from the receivers go down the conveyor belt. Now, the arrows will show which direction that it will go in, and of course you can change that direction by pushing the second mouse button. Will change the directions the items will go. Now, all of these will go down this conveyor belt right here into the actual not fabricators, the refineries. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 refineries right here. Once it gets done refining the item, it's going to go down this second set of conveyor belts all the way down to the very end. In fact, I got to change the arrows on that one, and I may have to move that one off and then reattach it here in a second to get it to go the right way. I don't know why that one was messed up, to be honest. Let's see if I can get that one back on there. There we go. So now they're going to go down the conveyor belt, and we can follow them all the way down here. They're going to continue to go all the way down here. Now you'll see I have 3 little things that say none on them. These are the conveyor belts that you can allow certain things through at whatever time you want, or nothing through for whatever time you want. So there's 3 different directions they can go into. One direction over here to the right is where all the silos are. So if I want to save the items that I have here, if I have a whole bunch of rare resources and I don't need the money right now, I'll save those later so that I can make stuff out of them or sell them for cash, whatever I want to do with them. I have that option already set up, and I don't have to drag each and every one of them there. I can just open the flow and say any or only refined resources, or only allies, or only blocks or alloys. I can do that myself. Over here on the side, I have another one set up, so I can do the exact same thing, but these will go to the fabricators. Now, there's only 2 slot fabricators at the moment because I don't have access to the 3, the 4, and I don't know if there's a 5 one, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was. Those will be things that we open up later down the road that, eventually I can stick over here on this side as well. And then I have a 3rd one that goes straight ahead, and this is another one that I can open up and have any number of resources go through, and that one's going to come down here and be sold to these things right here. In fact, I can put the other ones down. Although I might wait on that one because I don't like having them too close together. These things do have somewhat of a reach on them, and that's why I kind of like letting them be a little further away from our base. But I used all the money that I had to buy the pieces that I need over here, and we need to go out and collect a little bit more. So that's what we're going to be doing on this one. I really, really want to come out here and get those blue ones, but last time I came out here, there was an enemy here, and I don't want to attack him, especially now that my shields are pretty much drained completely. Although if he's not here right now, we are definitely going to snag these, because these are worth a lot of money once they've been refined. They are not the most rare, I don't think, but they are pretty close to being there. Now, some of you have asked what the seed is on this this playthrough, and if I hit the escape button, you guys can see down there in the bottom right hand corner, that is the seed right there. So if you guys want to, you can go ahead and pause it, write that down, come into the exact same play that I have, and try your hand at it. If you guys find anything cool, definitely let me know. I don't mind spoilers. I know some people do, but we've played this game many times before through different playthroughs. I think this is probably the 20th, the 30th playthrough of this game. As they get new and better patches, we go back and start all over again, because fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, when they do a certain number of updates, sometimes it doesn't work with the older save games that you have. So if you don't start over, you're going to be missing out on some of the new stuff that they've integrated into the game. And they integrate some really cool stuff into this game, so I would highly suggest checking it out. As you can see in this last one, they've added planets up in the sky, they've added clouds. It's actually really beautiful now. It was already pretty cool looking before, but now you got this this new look to it, which is something I greatly like, and I can't wait to see what they're going to be doing with future patches. But for now, I'm just kind of enjoying what they have already. One of the things that really drove me to start this game in the first place was the fact that it kind of seemed like not like a city builder, but it had like the combat mixed in with a little bit of creation, and I like that aspect of video games. I never really got to play around with it until now, which is why we're doing so much of the city building, kind of like get the blocks, go back. We're trying to save up enough money so that I can get my base the way I want it. And then once we get my base the way I want it, once it's all set up so I can just bring resources back and we can refine them and make blocks out of it, that's what we're going to be doing. I know I've been teasing you that with that for a while now, but I kind of am a little bit of a perfectionist sometimes when it comes to getting things exactly how I want them to be. Otherwise, I kind of get distracted by the fact it's not really working very well, and I'll spend more time trying to do that. I think it usually saves more time in the long run if you do your base, to a pretty good degree. I like the shadow that's on the ground too from the lights. I went ahead and added some on there just for looks because I had the space for it, and you can see it right there on the top. Although they're not really lit up right now for some reason. I'm not sure why. They should be. They usually are, but I don't know. Maybe I bugged it out or something. Are they lit up now? No, it's still dark, I think. I mean, you can tell that it definitely was dark a minute ago, and I don't think those things were on anyway. So there it goes. It's destroying a little bit of it. Not much. Let me back it up, and I'll re-aim at that. Maybe I won't. And you can see that resource that block is actually a resource block. It's not just a regular stone block. It is hard to see sometimes whether it's going to be or not. But with these drills on the front of them, I am absolutely, just eating through this stuff so quickly. Now, there are bigger drills out there. The Geocore has some really, really massive ones. I have noticed with the Geocore one, though, it's a little bit harder to use those. They angle themselves either upwards or downwards. They add a whole lot of weight to the front of your bot or the side of your bot, wherever you're putting them. And unless you're using, big wheels, you're going to have issues with that. And even if you are using big wheels, you're still going to have issues. Oh, crap. Did we just get stuck on there? I think we did. I tried ramming it just a little bit too much. Didn't think it would hurt it, but no, we're not going to be able to get that one. Just stuck right on top of a big hill like that. You suck. There we go. Now we can get that one. Still not going to drop anything, I don't think. Yeah, that was just a plain rock. But some of these ones that are plain rocks, like I said, you just never know what's going to be inside. So we're going to try to get all of them that we can. There we go. We're getting that one. That green stuff out there in the distance, that I think is like erudite crystals or something like that. I forgot what the name of it is. Those are worth quite a bit of money too. Those are usually really, really good ones to have. Now, these resources do come back. They just take a long, long time. Sometimes you have to like log out of your game and come back into it, 5, 6, 7 hours later, and you'll find that the stuff is back, that you can kind of do what you want with it. Holy crap, that guy, he was doing a little bit of damage to me, actually. I think he still is. He's getting some hits on me. Now, I do have some pretty good weapons on my guy. However, he's not really outfitted for an attack. I mean, he can definitely take care of himself if he has to, but only to a certain extent. Once he gets to a certain point, he's going to start taking a lot of damage, and that's pretty much all she wrote for this guy. So I don't want to do too much. In fact, I think we may have lost one of our... No, they're still all there, so that was his right there. I'll go ahead and snag it, because why not? We can use that. We'll get a little closer to this. We'll grab some of these if we can. There we go. Oh, yes, perfect. Now, those yellow are used for creating lights. Any type of light that you can imagine in the game, that whether it's Venture or Geocore or GSO ones, those are all going to use these yellow minerals. They may use something else. In fact, most of them do use another type of resource as well. Sometimes they use multiple different types of resources, but they all start with the base of that yellow one, as far as I'm aware of. I haven't heard of any ones that don't do that. So unless they change the recipes, you're pretty safe with needing a fair bit of those, especially if you want to start making some lights. Now, one thing you need to be aware of, my computer that I'm using right now is pretty good. It's not the greatest in the world, but it's pretty close to being, the best you can get out on the market right now without spending, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Crap, that is the wrong guy to run into. He is way, way, way too powerful for us, so we are booking it out of here, guys. We are going back to our base. We have a fair decent amount of resources, and I don't want this guy to get destroyed. He already took a lot of damage right there, and we're just going to book it. Now, one of the things that I could do is put the, what do they call it? It's the generator, the thing that takes the resources from your, he has weapons on him, but just, Not in the direction that I'm facing at the moment. There we go. Can we get him? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, you know what? He's a resource gatherer. He's actually going out and collecting resources. But we're going to kill him anyways because he's collecting the resources we want. And we're not going to be able to get any more of these, I don't think. We could destroy this stuff, but we're not going to be able to pick up anything else. Let's get rid of these rocks, and we will come up here and see if we can snag some of these green crystals. Yeah, we were able to get them. These green crystals are worth a lot of money, guys, so definitely worth it if you can grab some of them. But yeah, there's some generators you can use that will actually collect the wood and create energy from it. And that will be very useful to this type of bot, I should say, because he's not going to be doing, a whole lot of stopping and waiting for his solar reactor to go up, but he is going to be chopping stuff down all the time. He's going to be getting a lot of different types of resources, and with that, he can use the wood that he's not really going to make any money off of. Aw, come on. Come on. Oh, you can't tell me he's going to get stuck here and just get annihilated by that one guy. He sure is. Unbelievable. Can he go backwards? No, he cannot. So I'm going to have to take off every single one of these things on the front of my bot here. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me, guys. Gotta be kidding me. We're still not gonna be able to move, are we? There we go. Come on, go forward. Oh, yes. Okay, so we'll come back and we'll pick those pieces up, but I'm not gonna risk my bot getting destroyed for that thing. That actually looks like it's been mounted to the ground. That does not look like a bot. That looks like a sentry turret or a piece of a base or something like that. Where did those things come from? I don't know. That's we'll come back with our other bot here in a minute, but let me drop this stuff off so you guys can see it in action, and then we'll go back and pick up that other stuff with my warbot and see if we can destroy some of those guys. Now, this is where it gets interesting right here, guys. I don't have enough of these things just yet so that it can, drop everything that it has off at once. So instead, I just kind of have to drop a little bit off and then let it do its thing. Let me go into build mode. This should be fully charged because it's been sitting here for a while. Let me put this in there somewhere underneath. Not close enough, actually. Let's get it in. Well, it needs to be higher. There we go. All right. And because there's enough stuff on that bot still left, I don't need to really kind of sit there and watch this stuff being made because I think we're going to have enough of it left when we come back to mess around with that. But you'll see it's going through the line over here. And it's getting stuck. There's nowhere for it to go. It can't sell anything. It can't make anything, which is exactly how I want, because I want to watch that being made. And I want to mess around with the stuff that needs to be done kind of personally. So let's see. What is this guy? He is just going to be a wall. Disco Inferno. Let's see if we can get close to him. Yeah, all his weapons are on the front. And he just doesn't see me, I guess. Wow, check that out. That is a nice setup right there. He has solar power on the back. Yeah, he sure does. Here we go. We're going to knock him down. And we got to get through his shields first. So that may take a minute. But once we get through his shields, he is going down fast. Oh, there's another one over there. Another guy has kind of come down. You can see him in the distance to the left. He doesn't seem to want to be able to turn around. There we go. You are dead, punk. You are dead. Holy crap. And his payload thing is still there. Okay, so we will come over here and pick up the rest of that if there's anything there left when we finally get back. But we got to kill these guys off real quick. Oh, man. You can see the lag. Look at the lag we're getting. There must be just tons and tons of stuff to be had here in a second. Come on. Kill him. Kill him. We want those Uzis. He has some Uzis on him, guys. The Uzis are, they're worth quite a bit, to be honest. So the money on those is really nice. But more than that, the items themselves actually fire really quickly. So they're very, very much worth snagging if you can. Let's go ahead and put these things down right here. I'll let that grab whatever it can. Let me get out. Come on, back it up, back it up. There we go. All right, what do we got? We got one more over here I thought I remember seeing. Was he off to the right, maybe? Yeah, there he is. So I guess the Achilles heel on these things is to sneak up behind them. Don't let them see you. Although that one looks like it's working perfectly, actually. It's spinning around 360 degrees. Come on, what is your deal? Like, is it too much weight on one side? This thing needs to be redesigned. Too much weight. And it's not even the biggest bot we've ever built. It's just we're building smaller and smaller. And from what I've seen, the smaller kind of suck, guys. Oh, what the crap is way out there in the distance? You see that, guys? That thing is huge. Okay, we're taking some damage here, but that's all right. We're about to annihilate this thing. It looks like it's been knocked off its axis, but maybe not. There we go. You are dead, punk. Whew. All right, let's bring it back. Clearly some stuff we have not seen before. The GSO large armor plates are something we have not found. But of course, if you just pick it up, you'll go ahead and get access to it. But it's just letting you know that there's something there on the ground worth grabbing. So let's move this guy a little bit further out this way. We do need to go over there and get those drills, because I don't really get drills that often, to be honest. They don't cost a whole bunch. We could always just buy more, but if I can avoid buying stuff and just use the stuff that I find on the ground, ideally that to me is the best bet, because this stuff not always that cheap to get, and there's a lot of stuff that I've been trying to buy lately that I just keep running low on funds. I mean, you guys see me go out there and collect more and more stuff, and I guess I could skip that out of the video, but I like to show you guys that because some of you want to know, like, where do you get your money? Do you go out there and you collect resources? Do you go out here and collect items? Items, for me, used to be the only way I collected money. I almost never went out to collect resources by themselves. Those were, like I said, I kind of avoided that because it just never quite... When I first joined the game, the base part wasn't working at all. It was just something they were talking about doing, something they were going to integrate into it. And I got so hooked on to the combat, because the combat is so addictive and so fun that, you kind of get lost in that, and you forget the fact that there's another part of the game that's just as fun if you let yourself explore that part. But it's a little slower. It's a little harder to get going because there is, some infrastructure that you need to have before you can start doing it. And then, of course, there's some knowledge that you need to have. You actually need to know the recipes, or at least be patient enough to find out what the recipes are by building that stuff. So, yeah, it's just a little bit more complicated than the combat is. Let's put this thing down. Now, there is one thing I would like to, see them put back in the game, and that is when you hover over an item. It used to give you a really good description, and then it would give you like a storyline, something they added later down the road, actual storyline of the item and like who invented it and something funny about it. I found that to be incredibly cool of them to do. And when it came to the actual making of items, the fabricators, if you hovered over that, you would not only see the description of the fabricator, but then it would actually show you all the recipes that you had made with that fabricator, so that if you wanted to kind of duplicate any of your work, you could. Like, it was there for you to just see, like, oh, I need to combine this, this, and that, and this gives you this. And if you had a recycler, it did the exact same thing in reverse. It would tell you all the stuff you had taken apart and what resources you got out of it. So now you would know how to make something just because you took it apart. You learned that about it. They don't do that on this one. As far as the, if I hover over this item right here that's on the ground, I don't see anything. If I hover over the item, this thing right here, I see a GSO 3-pound cannon. If I try to move my cursor over the eye, it just disappears. Like, they took that out of the game. I'm guessing they're going to put it back in at some point. I thought it was a really cool thing. I hope they put it back in, because that was, it helped people who were brand new to the game figure out what things are and where they go and how they fit in and everything else. So definitely worthwhile. There was a huge bot out here a minute ago that I was kind of saving up to go after, but I guess he's gone. I really, really wish I could build more than one of these things. I tried, I looked again to make sure it wasn't something I was just missing, and no, there's not another one of these things for sale in my terminal at the moment. Like I said, that may be just because it's a brand new item and they're going to add it later, but for now, one is all I get, and if it gets destroyed, I think I'm just out of luck. So I'm being very, very cautious with that. Maybe too cautious, but when you're just left with one. And this guy over here, he's kind of been leaving me alone. He's doing his own thing, staying away from me, and I'm perfectly happy with that because he sucks. He is completely useless. In fact, he's worse than useless. He gets in my way a lot of the time too. So let's come back over here. We'll park this guy right here so he can get powered up by the... come on, back it up. There we go. That's this way. Yep, that's good. All right, so what we can do, and I will have to mess around with my base because right now it's refining every resource we get and then bringing them down here to be combined with the fabricator. But the fabricator can use unrefined resources and refined resources alike, sometimes in the same recipe. So I will kind of have to mess around with combining the two together and seeing how to do that in a practical way. I just don't know exactly what the best method of that would be at the moment. But without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and say any. Actually, no, what we will do is say none, and we'll drag one over here at a time. Yeah, because this fuel is not going to be used by anything other than to sell or get a little bit of energy out of it. So let's see what kind of crystal we got here. We got the Celestine crystal. We're going to drag that in here, or maybe not. All right, let's put it on the conveyor belt. What else do we have? We have the Titania. Let's put that in there. So that one can be used. That one can be used, and what about this red one? Yeah, let's put this in there and see if that can be used. It's going down the list. I wonder why this blue one can't be used, why it didn't get put onto any of those. Okay, so it didn't like that. What if we use 2 of these? Will it like 2 of those? No, but it probably will get sucked onto this second one. Yeah, it sure did. What if I drag it on here myself? Okay, so 2 of them are being made into something. There we go. What's it going to make? Ooh, it made some armor, guys. That's kind of cool. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and sell that because we really don't need that. In fact, before we get too far along, let me go back over to this one and put that other thing down. Where is it? Oh, I left it on the back. That's right. We'll put this other thing down here. That way, if we get anything good that we want to keep, we can just, throw it over there on the ground. Here we go. All right, so now we know that makes something. What about the green one, which I know makes something? I just don't know what it used. I think this silver piece right here. Let's put that in there. There we go. Okay, what is that going to make? Come on, give me something good. Oh, boosters. It's a type of booster, the GSO horn steering boo. It's kind of nice. Use it on airplanes or things of that sort is kind of cool. This stuff right here, this type of resource is used in a lot of different types of design. So let's try that, and we'll try this. Okay, so that's gonna make something. That's a new different new design right there that we haven't really done anything of. Oh, nice. So we made a drill. Okay, we'll put that drill on. Let's see. Do we have any more of these silver ones? No, no more silver. So we're gonna have to go back out there and find a little bit more of that. What about this orange one? Hoping this orange one will do something because we got a lot of it. What's it gonna do? Is it gonna go on? Okay, so the orange one went on. What about 2 orange? 2 orange make anything? It does. Okay, so what is the orange called? Let's look at that. Oh, nice. That is not too bad. Oh, it's the guard AI. Very, very cool. We're going to save that. In fact, we're going to go ahead and make another one of those because I do want to make a few more of those smart bots because you guys keep telling me they're fantastic, and I'm going to keep building them until one of them works. Even if it takes me to have 100 of them and I just kill every single one of them eventually and just go mad, I am going to keep those things going. That thing doesn't want to get sucked in there, so I'll put it over here for now. Let's see. Let's back it up. Let's back it up over here, and I will have it, go through and refine a few more of the resources here. In fact, let's give it a second to do just that. I wish, with the pieces that we have over here, the actual, receivers, or not receivers, the tractor pads, not even the tractor pads, the conveyor belts, the ones that we can control, that I would be able to tell it a very specific, thing to let through, like let through all of the fuel that I'm not using, or something along those lines, but you can't quite do that. So let's do the green one, because the green one is something we know we can use, and let's do this, because that might make a light for us. No, that is not going to build us anything. Okay, we'll put that on the conveyor belt. We'll take the green off, put that on there. Let's see, 2 lights maybe? Will 2 lights do anything? Yes, 2 lights, 2 of these ores will probably make us a headlight. Let's see, what type of headlight? There we go. We got a GSO blinker headlight. Those are, they're okay. They're not fantastic, but it's definitely something new we haven't made yet. But you see, if I hover over, well, I'll do that in a minute after I make something. Let's see, how about the charcoal? Can we do anything with that? Yes, we can. Okay. So that stuff is called the rubber brick. So rubber brick, oh, nice. Nice, we got a receiver right there. That is not bad at all now that we know that recipe. What about, let's try this. And no, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's put that back. Let's try this and some of this rubber stuff. Will that make anything? No, it doesn't even want to go on there. Yeah, it doesn't even want to go on to that stuff. I guess you can't do anything with that. We'll just, yeah, whatever. You're not going to go on there, apparently. What about this? Okay, I think we might have done that design already, but I'm not sure. So let's see what it makes. Oh, right. Stud laser. Nice. Okay, so we can make a few stud lasers then. But yeah, if you hover over this fabricator, and you'll see it's not even popping up with anything anymore. Yeah, it won't even pop up. That's kind of unfortunate. What if I put 2 of these green ones? I think we've done that already. That makes this thing over here, right? No, that just makes a multi-seeker AI module. Okay, so not the same as this other one, which is a guard AI module. How about 2 rubber? I think 2 rubber does... What is this? Unrefined? That's a rubber brick, and what is this stuff? What if we do... What, is that going to make something? Yeah, I guess it is. All right, so 2 different types. What is it going to make me? Oh, nice. Cool. GSO 1/2 block. Man, we're making some pretty cool stuff. I have never sat here and just kind of messed around with it. All right, let's do green and one of these big ones and see what that does. Because I think we tried green in the small one. I don't think we did green in the big one. Kind of curious as what this one makes. Oh, that's a silo, right? Yeah, node silo 1. Okay, so that's not too difficult to make. You can make that stuff pretty quickly. Let's see. What about this and this? Did we already do that? No, apparently not, because that won't make anything at all. Let's put that back then. What about the red stuff? Red stuff won't go on there at all. What about the blue stuff? Blue stuff won't go on there at all either. Huh. That sucks. What about... What if we use some unrefined resources? Let's snag one of these if we can. Pull it back. It won't let me snag that one. What if I do this one? It doesn't like that. What if I pull it over here? Will it make something out of that? No, it will not. What if I put it on this one? No, it doesn't like that either, so we'll put that back. What if I do this unrefined resource over here? Still nothing there. Let's pull it off. It does kind of like stick on there. It's all sticky. Doesn't seem to want to come off very easily. Let's pull that off. What if we go with unrefined this stuff? No, that doesn't even want to go on there. Yeah, it won't even go anywhere close to it. Okay, so it doesn't do that one. We tried unrefined that one already. Did we try unrefined green? I don't think we did. Let's see. Yeah, erudite shard doesn't want to do anything with that. It could just be it doesn't like these combinations, to be honest. So we may still have to mess around with that a little bit to figure out. But yeah, let's see. I think we tried all the combinations, right? Let's just let it open. Not idle, open. There, any can go through. And we'll move this stuff off for now and see what gets put on there and what comes out of that combination. In fact, while it's doing that, I am going to go ahead and put a few more conveyor belts on there so that what it doesn't use will then go over here and be sold, because I do kind of want it to just sell some of these resources. Let's do that. And I may... actually, let me take that off for a second. I will put one of these in there, and right now it's going to be set to open. Any can go in there. That way I can close that down at any moment. Is it going the right way? Why won't it go through? It's set to any, isn't it? None. Open. Doesn't seem to want to go through, but it is making some stuff. Okay, so what did that make? It made a player tech out of something there, so that's kind of cool. What is that going to make? Some headlights? We'll definitely put that down. We'll snag that and put that down. Why won't it go through? Let's try that again. Still? Come on. What is your deal? Why? It doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to go... It's going through over here on this side, but it won't go through on this side? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it keeps coming back with harvest, idle, escort. I know I have that stuff on there, but it's because of these things over here, I guess. Yeah, let's just go with the conveyor for now, just to get rid of some of this stuff. Here we go. Let's snag this one, put that one back. All right, so it's gonna sell the majority of this stuff if nothing is done. Oh, come on, there we go. It just didn't want to connect it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's making some stuff. Let's see, what is it doing? I think we've already done the 2 green. Yeah, we've done the 2 green. Let's put that over there. This is what I was talking about right here, the small generator. So I'm going to snag that and actually see if I can put it over here and whether it will connect or not. I guess it's not connecting very well. So what if I put a receiver onto that? No, that's still not working. It's not snagging these pieces of wood like I thought it would. The big receiver definitely will, but the small one just unfortunately is not, so that's going to be a thing. These things are still going down the list to see if they can make anything. Anything else? All right, we got another one of these. We'll put all that stuff over there for now. We'll worry about it later on. Another one. Oh, man, maybe we can do something with that. I don't know. It's kind of in the way, though. Can we... There we go. We can put this stuff in there for now. We can drag those in there at the very least. We'll come back here, drop off a few more ingredients, just so they can mess around with that for a while. Come on, get it all on there. I like how I can kind of run it over a little bit just to back it up and get it in there. Oh, come on, guys. You could do it. Maybe. It does seem like it's moving a little bit each time. There we go. Whew. All right, we broke it. Now we just got to wait for this stuff to go down the row, get refined, and more stuff can go back on. I need to make this bigger. I actually need to make like a T-shaped and have this thing go all the way down an entire line. I also need to put more shield generators and, repair bubbles and batteries on this thing so that while I'm gone, I don't have to worry about it being destroyed by any bot that just happens across it, because it's very, very weak. These, conveyor belts, the receivers, all of this stuff has no hit points whatsoever. A couple of hits and the whole thing pops off, and it's only connected pretty much in like one spot throughout the entire thing. There's very few pieces on here that are actually anchored onto the ground. And the weird part about this is you would think that these silos are anchored onto the ground because they do anchor onto the ground normally. Well, unfortunately, the way this game tends to work... Ooh, we got this one. We'll definitely use that. The way this game tends to work is if the item is put onto a conveyor belt after something else has already been anchored to the ground, that new item is therefore not anchored onto the ground for some weird reason. I don't know why they do it that way. I wish it wasn't the case. I wish it was easier to anchor things to the ground than it is right now. It definitely, they don't make that too easy on you for some reason. So let's put that in there, and we'll put this over here. You may think I'm wasting resources and cash by doing it this way, but if I can find even one item that I don't have access to right now, that means I can then buy that item in the store because I have made it myself or I found it out there in the field. So finding it or making it is the exact same thing. And sometimes finding it is a lot harder than just making it. So if you have the resource and the knowledge of how to make that item, you can get that item a whole lot quicker. So if you want to go onto airplanes and you know the recipes to start making that airplane stuff, then you can do that right off the bat rather than having to sit there and try to make sure that you find it out there in the real world. Because sometimes... I'm usually missing like one or two pieces that will make or break my base spot, one or two pieces that will make or break my base, and I will search for hours looking for that. And like I said, if you can just look up online to see what the recipes are and be like, oh, okay, that's the piece that I need. Oh, I only need those two pieces to make it. Like, that's so simple. Why didn't I do that before? Definitely, I would suggest doing a combination of both of these guys. Doing a combination of the base, doing a combination of your bot, or combining the two together. Now that's a very hard thing to do because you need a pretty big bot. As you can see right here, I have all this space to kind of have all this stuff out in the open and spaced apart evenly where I want it, so that I have plenty of room for things to work. When you get into making a bot this big, you start getting into weight problems. You start getting into the fact that not only does this stuff have to be protected in the inside, but you also, oh, we made a wheel right there. You also need to be able to have weapons on the outside of that. And then the bot gets even bigger and bigger and bigger, and you need more wheels and more protection and more wheels and more batteries. And it really spirals out of control really quickly. And with all the stuff you have to worry about, it doesn't leave you a lot of time for building the base. You kind of get into that whole rhythm of, oh no, now I got to do more weapons. Okay, I've added more weapons. Now I need more shield generators. Okay, I put more shield generators in there. Now I need more space to build my base. I need more space, which means now I need more weapons. I need more shields, and it goes round and round and round until you just have nowhere left to go except to make it even bigger and bigger and bigger. And before long, you just have this massive size bot that is so big that when you come up to a normal size bot, you just decimate it in a matter of seconds, and you don't really have anything else to worry about at that point. Like, you've become so big, there's nobody really can compete against you. Oh, you know what? I never put that stuff back on. Can I put it back on now? I should be able to. I just ran right into that. I'm like, I have no weapons. Where are my things? Here we go. All right, let's zoom in a little bit. We'll put these things on. We want that whole front row with this. We want the whole back row as well, if we have enough. Actually, we do not. We don't have enough. So maybe we lost a few there, because we definitely had this entire front row done. The back row as well, I think, needs a few extra ones if we can swing it. Let's put these on here. Make sure we didn't miss anything. We're not going after that guy, that's for sure. Let's see. Can we get this rock? I think we can. I like the area that we're in, guys. I like the area that we're in. We're getting some good resources out here, and definitely a lot of flat land to kind of mess with. Is that my guy out there? I don't think it is. This is my guy right here. That must be an enemy. So let's switch over to this guy, and we're gonna go kill that guy off real quick, guys. And then I think we're gonna end the episode here once we kill this guy off. Come on, he has no shields on. Oh boy, visual cracker. Get away from me, little bot. Get away. What is your deal? I'm gonna push you back. I'm gonna destroy you, is the thing. You are going down. But guys, I want to thank you all for watching. If you do enjoy this video, hit that like button, write a little comment, or subscribe, and you will definitely see more like it in the future. I do want to thank you guys for watching and for supporting the channel. I greatly appreciate it, more than you guys will ever know. And I will definitely catch you all next time.